Yo. All right, that sounds really good. I'm sitting down right now. Let's get it up. Just kidding. What's up, world? What's up, YouTube? How's it going, cyberspace, crypto land? This your boy, Crypto Bruh, aka More World Peace, the DJ / producer, coming back again with another video for another day on planet Earth. Today, though, is Wednesday, October 25th. Halloween is in 6 days, and if you have to attend a costume party, I hope you know what you're gonna wear. I'm gonna be a vampire. I already told myself this. I just gotta do it for free. I gotta find a costume for free. There ain't no way spending some money on a cape, but if I can find one at a thrift store, you know, I'll float around. Fake blood is just dry ketchup. I don't know. I'm not a fucking special effects artist. But yeah, man, Halloween is just around the corner. Today is Wednesday. And again, most people are going to probably celebrate their Halloween, or I guess you can say that energy, that spooky energy, probably will start creeping in today. And it's going to be here until next Tuesday when people still want it to be spooky, but it's definitely November 1st. But yeah, man, things are looking pretty good today. We're going to talk about it. As you can see in the title here, I actually shouted out the PulseChain, so we're going to talk about it. I see some dope shit going on over there. So gotta show it some love. I think that's the only thing that's really happening in the Zen ecosystem when it comes to like gains, possible outcomes, hand rubs, as well as in the description there, it's talking about a one-liner. I have a guide that we'll go through for those that are interested in Zen Blocks. I won't bore you now. We'll talk about prices and Zen and shit. And then, of course, we have the members only stream happening at 12 p.m. Eastern. So right after this stream, we will have the AMA with the Bruh Club. So you got to become a top tier member in order to be part of that stream. We'll go even more in depth with some of the stuff we're talking about today. But yeah, well, let's go ahead and just get her in. Get her in. What up, Dennis? What up, Lita? Tree City West. Zen enthusiast. Jack out the box. DBZN on Pulse is gonna be epic. Or DBZN on Pulse gonna be epic, or DBZN on Pulse is epic? I think it's doing pretty good. What up, Craig Crypto? Shizzy, what it do? The cock enthusiast. Wiggity wiggity, cause Shaka in the house. What's up, Shaka? What's up, everybody? Thanks for pulling up. If you're here, make sure you hit the like button. We're gonna chop it up on some Zen. Some Zen. But yeah, real quick, right now we got the 15-minute chart, which doesn't do us any explanation justice here. But yeah, looking at PulseChain. So I tried to find the content where we were talking about this. I can't find it, but I'm glad that I put a box here and a date so I can remind myself, like, okay, cool, we're looking for something, right? So that's one of my tips to everybody who is in cryptocurrency. Like, get used to charting and use like what is it, the vertical line, one of my favorite tools. Use the vertical line. Make sure you point out dates. It's apparent, man. Shit really does happen on dates. So for instance, like Thanksgiving, like if you want to figure out Thanksgiving and then you want to throw a vertical line on where that is so you can see the range in between today and Thanksgiving, right? National holiday. You can kind of see where things are going to go. So for us, October 23rd on PulseChain, it was a target because of DBZN releasing there. Knowing the mechanics of DBZN, it was a no-brainer. Every platform, blockchain DBZN is released on, Zen sees a 400 to 500% gain just off the rip. Like it was gonna happen. What was the curious part of it was how low does it go before it catches the floor? So it did. If you were watching this like we were a month ago, it did catch that floor and it did turn around. Now, what's special here is that it appears that people on PulseChain are broke, and this can be in the favor of a Zenian. Now I say broke because the liquidity pool here only has $300. So I don't know if there's a bigger liquidity pool, but yeah, there ain't no thousandaires being made over here. So that's good for price, because that means a lot of people just can't come in and exit. Like if I want to exit, or somebody else wants to exit, they're only going to be able to take $300. So this is a good setup for giving pXEN the ability to maybe make a little bit of a run here. So let me see. I don't think there's damn, what the fuck? Just freeze? Hold on, let's refresh this. What up, Mindatron? What it do? Halloween in a college town is the shit. We get the slutty version of every costume. Gonna see 5 female Joe Buttons in a thong with the girls out. Not the Joe Button. I'm gonna be robotic Joe. No, I'm just kidding. Damn, that's funny though. Yeah, New York is gonna be a shit show. See, one thing about what I've learned about national holidays, party holidays, I should say, there's 2 national party holidays. Actually, there's an honorary national party day. There's some honorary days. I'm going to just say that. But the official national party days is Halloween and New Year's Eve. Those are the only 2 days on planet Earth everybody is involved. Like, it don't matter. I mean, there are some introverts who are like, yo, fuck all this shit, but majority of the planet Earth is kind of celebrating and having fun in those 2 particular times. So yeah, I'm DJing this weekend on Halloween weekend, of course, but that's why I say it gives spooky energy. Everybody's feeling that energy. And yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully, what's that song by Jamie Foxx? Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the juice. Got you feeling loose. Hey, man, not that. Okay, so I got version 1. Oh my god, I got the wrong fucking liquidity pool. Damn, why didn't anybody say anything? Y'all ain't looking at this or what? I thought everybody was in the fucking PulseChain. Somebody told me I had the wrong pool. Let's add this to the list. So I'm such an OG in Zen. I just got tons of fucking pools. Actually, let's look at this real quick before we get out of here. Let's see what. Oh man. Let's see how you Pulsicans are treating Zen, and I think this is a really good moment for Zen on Pulse. You know, the original FUD of Zen was the hexagons. Assuming that everybody that touched hex was a hexagon. That was one of the funniest discoveries between the Zen hex beef. But now the crazy thing is how many. I mean, I see a lot of real Zen hexagons that are Pulsicans because this is their ecosystem. This is where they invested the most time and energy in their crypto experience. Again, I've been in crypto since 2013, but financially in crypto since 2017. And majority of my time has been in NFTs and tokens at the same time. So DeFi and then NFTs. So I left PulseChain long ass time ago. We were just buying these coins. So let's see real quick where Pulse influence is in the Zen ecosystem. Because again, one of the cool things about Zen that is it's everywhere on all chains that Zen lives on. One of the coolest things is that it's a token that you can bootstrap to the native gas. So as long as there's a healthy pXEN Pulse pool, then there should be the ability to, again, tether projects to pXEN. And that's cool. That's the beauty of Zen, man, is designed so everybody has a gas token to start with. Like maybe you have an idea and you don't know how to get people going. So bootstrap it with Zen and get it going. I do see we have pTGC, which is pXEN on ETH. So if you don't know, if you burn on ETH for pXEN, which was a small community burn a couple months ago, they did an airdrop for everybody that burned on ETH on PulseChain. And look at this. Their biggest, they seem to be, they have the biggest pool. So they're doing it right. That's kind of why I'm happy that they made this move. I feel a little vampired by pXEN. I feel like they vampired my ass into PulseChain because they totally made my ETH and my Zen worthless. But over here, they got some value. And again, they bootstrapped their main token. They airdropped me with the pXEN. So that's really good to see. I see there's a hex pool, some Biggie pool, whatever Biggie is. Man, they got to get this Jack pool bigger. That is too small to be from inside this camp. But yeah, I see there's some tethered jazz here. But yeah, again, this is cool to see 30K in the pool. So I guess we can get the fuck out. If you want to run with 15K, you can run with it right now. All right, so I did the charting on the wrong chart, but let's do it on this one now. Actually, no, I'm gonna save that for later. I'll chart this during my my other stream. I don't want to spend too much time on this. But ooh shit. But yeah, this is looking nice. I'm glad to see that there's some exit LP over here so people can get out, and this looks better. Version 2, so I'm looking at version 1. Word. All right, cool. But yeah, so PulseChain is up 400% right now from its local bottom, which is pretty insane. And that's due to DBZen doing its thing. DBZen, the mental crisis. Am I kidding? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out if like being into DBZen is like truthfully like a you're addicted to crypto realization. Like, damn, man, I'm really addicted to crypto, bro. What the fuck? Like, I'm holding this shit coin that has that means something but means nothing. It's crazy. But we're doing it, I guess. What is crazy though is that DBZen actually works. I have a lot of questions on like what it's gonna do next. To at least increase its interest value. I don't really know. Attention value. There we go. How about that? Yeah, like the attention value of DBZen right now is at an all-time low. Like, no one is paying attention to this shit, which is usually when you want to make a move. You really want to make a move when no one's paying attention. So the DBZen on PulseChain kind of is an answer to the nothing's happening on ETH, but I still want to see something happening on ETH. But I'm talking about PulseChain because it's happening, just to kind of keep it transparent. But what we're seeing here is that a lot of pXEN is being burned so far. It's been 2 days. They've done, looks like 15 trillion pXEN has been burned. Let's look at the biggest burners. I hear the biggest burners are again Zenians because they're competing. Very low amount of, oh, never mind. That's the Gwei. Yeah, still not a billion. So the gas is, I heard something about the gas being different. So it's not, I don't know if they fixed it or not. Maybe I heard it's like 1 decimal incorrect. Like it's supposed to be over 1. So it'd be $79 and $45. But I'm not too sure. But pDXN, the price of pDXN, crazy over here. $6. So pDXN on PulseChain, because of all of what is PulseChain. Again, what I was saying, like, because PulseChain is user based, it's just getting activity and it's eating Zen. And Zen again is created by users, and those users didn't create a lot of it. So that's kind of helping the price move up. And as people come to buy PulseChain Zen, because of DBZen, and now these characters wanting to keep up with each other, right? Like the first person to stop burning the most loses the top. So they decided to play the game. They decided to bite the apple. Now they're running with it, and it's performing well. So I'm excited to see what definitely happens to the Zen price here, because yeah, you need a lot of Zen to keep going. And this is why I was like, yo, I'm gonna buy some PulseChain a month ago, because this happens on every single chain with Zen. And this is what burners do. So as more burners are introduced into the Zen ecosystem that have this DBZen energy behind it, because DBZen is nothing new and DBZen is nothing different. It just provides native rewards, which gets users excited. Users would rather get native than get nothing. That's how they think of Phoenix. Phoenix would be more successful if it was bootstrapped with a native resource. But I love that Joe Blau is making his bank. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but Joe Blau, Bling Blau, he's creating a bank for your crypto assets. He's being proactive. He's thinking about mass adoption and where do people hold their cryptos. So he's essentially making a wallet app, but he's calling it a bank. I don't have the testnet yet. I haven't tried it because you need to be part of his friend tech in order to try it. I did hear during the Sunday Spaces last week, he said an address, but when I type it in, I don't get anything. So maybe I'm doing something wrong. But damn. Hold on, let's see what's going on with my computer. Okay. Like, dude, you're running way too much stuff. All right, fuck it. I gotta cancel this. We gotta close that record box. Man, all the songs on my record box got deleted, so I'm like re-imaging my whole library It sucks. It's eating up my tiny CPU power. Now all of a sudden everything's unlocked. It's like my computer took a big ass breath right now. It's like, you motherfucker. How dare you? Header folder. I don't want to see this. All right. Enough of the funny stuff. 15 trillion. What up, 100x? Loading. Yeah, 15 trillion. They're burning over there. That's why it's crazy, because PulseChain, it just became cheap. So there's a reverse. Here's some hopium. So the crazy thing about PulseChain is that it just became cheap. So people just started minting, realistically. But only those that believed kept minting. So a lot of people did mint in the beginning of pXEN, but only the believers kept minting. So essentially people would need to think of it like that. People would need to turn miners on, put crypto in rotation to start catching up to the masses if they want to play DBZen, because only those that bet on it with mints have the Zen. So this is kind of why the price is going up. And this is why I was saying before, this is the type of shit you want to see. Because, yeah, fuck PulseChain. Let's take over that shit. Remember all that shit they were talking? I'm not on this chain, so I'm just trying to be an instigator. But, yeah, you remember all that shit they were talking, bro? Take the chain. Do it with pXEN. This is undeniable. Like, imagine if everybody got behind this shit and turned it into the gas token on PulseChain and then pumped it. And whoa, what a ridiculous world that would be, right? It's so ridiculous that it makes so much sense to me. That this is the type of stuff you need to see burners on top of pXEN to show the non-believers, like, oh, wait, there is some gains to be made in Zen. Because as it's deleted, right, that goes back to the original. Fucking vanilla mints, bro. 8 years. The AMP is going down. The AMP goes down every single day on all chains. And the problem again over here was that it's not that people don't believe. It's just that it started off really slow because the gas was high. And now it's ramped up. So this is why I'm saying, like, this is really cool to see on PulseChain, because they have the most liquid and non-liquid supply next to like base. So you would assume this would happen on like base, but that's how like strong the PulseChain community is, if that makes any sense too in the research here. Like base chain and optimism could be PulseChain, but it doesn't have community. That's like why I want an Avalanche to be PulseChain, but it doesn't have community. Avalanche has that same idea where there's a factor amongst the blockchain that is puts a ceiling on everyone's participation and makes everyone pretty much the same, right? Like on ETH, if you have a lot of money, you're on the same level with everyone with a lot of money. But on these other chains, you're systematically on the same level as everyone else, depending on what chain you're on. So that's kind of why I'm like, oh, okay. PulseChain, again, because systematically a lot of Zenians had to keep minting to stay ahead. This could be the yin yang where it's flipping, where like now this narrative is going into the hands of the Zenians and out of the hands of the Pulsicans, who are saying like, oh, this shit going down forever. And that's why I'm like, okay, now it makes a little bit of sense. If PulseChain is gonna be the one that's like more expensive than ETH, that is crazy. But yeah, man, this is the dark node. If you've been following the channel, you know I would call PulseChain the dark node. So why wouldn't Zen take over the dark node? Yo, Dank. My mom said I'm making the market move. She didn't lie, dog. What up, Dank? Hope all is well, bro. Marcus, 2012. Gas fees had nothing to do with the pump. Jack just wants to prove Jake wrong. Damn, bro, what you smoking this morning? Jack just wants to prove Jake wrong. I love it though. I love the energy. Yo, Dennis, you got the right vibe, man. Click that like button. Shaka Vibes looks like he has something here. Let's see. He says PTC or PTGC is a big deal, boys. 3 dots. They have some pretty cool science built into it. It's pretty impressive. Yeah, actually, I checked out the page. So the best way to look into them, we'll look at that real quick. Yeah, I checked out their page and I staked my chips, my PTGC. A lot of EEEEs. Yeah, and we'll see where it goes. I fucks with it. Did you already do the cover on the one-liner? No, not yet. We'll do that in a second. What up, Penny? Glad I went crazy on pXEN last month or in the last few months. Yeah, dude. Congratulations. Yeah, thanks for that, Dennis. We are going to need a show where you tell us some crazy DJ stories. Oh gosh. Crazy DJ stories, man. Holy crap, dude. Actually, it's kind of funny. I had like a moment yesterday because I was thinking about like all the moments I've had. Some significant ones because I've had some crazy moments, dude. And like, almost shed a tear. I was like, yo, shit, we've come a long way. We've come so far. Dude, I can't wait, man. Man, I can't wait for Zen to be just crushing everyone. And that's what I'm saying. Welcome to the show. Come aboard. Make sure you hit the like button if you want to get more in depth with my expertise. Again, that's what my membership is for. I have a smaller tier membership, which is like $2, and that's just to get a cool ass like green handle and an hourglass to support the channel and the information. So that one ain't nothing. But I have a $10 tier where I do an AMA Wednesdays 12 p.m. Eastern Standard, and it's recorded so you can get all the AMAs. We go a little bit more in depth into like the designing of a technical analysis chart, and then more theoretical outlooks into the future that I really don't give a fuck about when I'm just doing lives. You know what I'm saying? I'm just chilling. But yeah, that's like why I cannot wait for Zen to make its physical appearance in the reality. And we're seeing it with the Zen Blocks. And that's kind of why I'm saying, yo, it doesn't really matter what's going on these side chains no more, man. We got Zen Blocks. So I'm rooting for all side chains. And my root is let's take the whole chain. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? That if I don't know anything better on PulseChain but pXEN, and there's a lot of Zenians out there that say the same for their chain. So it's just a mental thing. Going back to the concept that Zen is a mindset more than it is a coin. They all share the same fundamentals and they all share the same principles physically. But the mindset is all the same on how you can use them. And that shit is powerful, but it's up to you to see it the way that I'm seeing it. Some people just see a coin. You know what I'm saying? They just see, or what does Richard Hart say? They just see a ticker. Tickers on the screen. You know what I'm saying? But I look for mindsets. And that's kind of how I see a blockchain. That's why I know blockchains are forever. That's the mind, broy. That's the database. What's your take on Titan X? Oh God. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna play the game. I haven't really looked into it yet. I'll probably, this is how I approach everything. So the thing about Titan X is I don't like fundamental or pumpamentals anymore. Very separated from that going into 2024. Like, mainstream got to go crazy. No reason to be a part of a pumpamental when the whole market is going to be pumping mentally. So I'd rather be in a very solid position and have my portfolio intertwined with cryptocurrencies that I don't need to bet on yet put a bid on, right? So I can bid on Zen's success based on everything that is in relation to Zen and its ecosystem. So putting a bid on like Titan X, I don't know. but I'm gonna bet on it. So definitely I'll be playing like the first day. I'm calling playing too because I'm playing a game. That's how I'm thinking of Titan X. It's not gonna change my life. So I'm playing a game, and yeah, we'll be doing mining, and we'll see how long we can mine with everyone else before it's just like, what the fuck. But the strategy seems to be just like Zen. So I'm gonna mine one day. I'm not gonna be like maxing, because it's just like Zen. So maxing would mean to say that you think Titan is gonna change lives. That I think is debatable. Zen is more likely to change your life than Titan. That's a hundo. Zen, Back to the Future. For real, dude. Because at this point, think of it this way too. I don't know what Titan is going to introduce outside of its pumpamentals. And that's why, no hate, I hope it does great. And I hope it outpumps other pumping coins. So I'm going to participate because I want to be there with the pump, you know? But when it comes to building an ecosystem, I'm very curious on how that's going to play out. So we'll see what happens with the hyperdap and the buybacks. Last time this type of stuff was going on, there was this thing called Wise, and that taught me you cannot predict liquidity pools. So I never bet on coins that start talking about how dope their LP is gonna be. I'm like, you can never predict your LP, bro. The one Wise taught me that. Wise took it because they locked it all in the LP. Everybody got wrecked, except those that did it right, which was like not lock your shit in the L. Whatever the fuck, I forgot what the whole game was, but do not lock in the LP. So, and that was another thing that like freaked me out about Titan X, was how Jake on a stream with me said that he doesn't like dApps that lock your coins, and then now he's like promoting a dApp that like locks your coins. So I mean, that's why I'm gonna play the game. We'll see where it goes. If it transforms from a game into a hyperstructure, I'm there for it, and I'm excited to see it progress out of that meme state. You know, that's what crypto's all about: progression out of the meme. Can you survive the FUD and get out of the meme to become something? Or actually, I don't know what Richard Hart is doing right now. His level of marketing right now is just out of this world. Literally, we don't even know where he is. Crazy marketing. And PulseChain, again, is working. There's validators. There's people that believe in it. There's still people creating with it. They see opportunity. Again, they see future. Right? They think of PulseChain and they're saying, hey, this might change my next 5 years. So let me give it a year or two. You know, are you going to do that with Titan X? And does he want that? That's a huge question to ask. That is a huge one. I'm open in optimism Zen. You gonna get some optimism Zen? Ew, get that Wise word out of your mouth. You know what it was, bro. Wise was crazy, bro. They locked up everybody's liquidity. We was all mad. I think I did it right, Flo. I think I did something right in Wise, but I just remember it going really bad, and everybody based it on the liquidity, and that's what woke me up on Zen, or that's what keeps me woke on the liquidity, when it's like, how is this coin bootstrapping itself to the network? And like, I'm glad Zen came out to answer that question. The way that Hex did it correctly, when it was, the question was, how did it bootstrap itself to the network, was the AA lobby. So that AA lobby of transforming ETH into Hex, that transformation moment was when you can essentially say Hex daisy chained itself to ETH, because a lot of the, you know, that's what you see what I'm saying. Like it all made sense, but now it doesn't really make too much sense because not too many people are realistically putting that in there, right? Like Jake says the 3%, you don't know where it's going. It'd be cooler if he said it's going straight to the liquidity pool or something like that. Like, so there's a metric there or something, but the liquidity pool is gonna be very random. It's just we just know it's a 62% buyback. So 40% of it can go wrong. Shit. But I got $100. I got $100 in crypto. We got 100. Oh yeah. So Joe Blau, he's making a bank. This is kind of why I'm not really in distress about Phoenix, because again, this is still on today's topic, which is amazing, of like, yo, bootstrapping your fucking coin to the blockchain, bro. How are you gonna do it? Right? Like, we knew Zen was gonna do it. We know how pXEN does it using their dApp. And we know that's why it's kind of a hurting aspect of their ecosystem, because if there's no native going into the dApp, then there's no bootstrapping happening, because of, so on and so on. Unlike Zen, where it's time created, so you want to attach it to ETH in a liquidity pool because you spent time waiting for it to come out, So what Joe Blau was doing, in my opinion, to create that idea of like, how do I bootstrap myself or my dApp to the blockchain? He's creating his party idea, right? And with the party idea, he doesn't really have it up here, I guess. My man Joe Bling Blau. Yeah, he doesn't really have it up because he's still cooking it. So might be why he doesn't have anything here. I thought he had some screenshots. Let's see, where you at, Joe? You post a lot like me. Follow this man. Look at this guy, Joe the banker. Shout out to Cloud Cox. Guess he doesn't have it here anymore. But yeah, he had some photos of his bank. And basically, what I'm assuming is that when we have this app or this wallet that he's creating, there probably will be opportunity for people to build with Phoenix in the wallet, because it's going to be the most lucrative token in relationship to Joe. And if Joe is bootstrapping the wallet to the blockchain and Joe is basically bootstrapping himself there, then Phoenix should technically reap benefits of his presence, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Like, if you're going to create a cryptocurrency, you want your essence to be embedded in the DNA of the coin, and how you bootstrap yourself to the chain is an extremely important part of the architecture. Obviously you could tell from Jack, he wants to be the chain. Like, he ain't trying to be bootstrapped to shit. This motherfucker want to be the whole chain, right? You can see it from the personas and the way that he thinks. Same with but Roz is different. Roz doesn't want to have the oh my god, I got to take care of a blockchain. Like, he would rather be bootstrapped to an Ethereum base so he can focus on making dApps. Same with, and that's what I'm saying. Like, where are you as a developer? Do you want to be the chain, or do you want to just bootstrap yourself to the liquidity pool? And then are you figuring out liquidity pool? And that's kind of why I'm still amazed pDXN has not answered that. But maybe, again, my whole thesis on this is maybe we're waiting for something. I wrote a tweet today where I was like, either we're really fucked in pDXN, or this is the best buy opportunity of your life. Is either or. There's no in between. There's a zero hopium here. Either you're buying this and you're taking a giant L, or you're buying this and you're taking a giant W. Because they ain't saying shit. They're like, we are not talking about this liquidity pool, right? Because what would be smart, but this is the problem, and I don't know why no one's doing it. The smartest thing for pDXN is to bootstrap itself to Zen, but it hasn't done that yet. There's like one pDXN Zen pool, but it's not supported by any Zenians, and that's kind of why it makes me suspicious. Where I'm just like, shouldn't we be bootstrapping these things together so that they can be successful? Like, we see it on PulseChain, right? That's the comprehension is there. Same on all the smaller chains, or most small chains. I just use PulseChain as a reference. But on the mainframe, we don't have a pDXN Zen pool that's always cracking. And that's why I'm just so surprised they haven't built on top of that to at least have some sort of bootstrap liquidity. You know, maybe they're waiting for someone in the community to do it. Maybe they don't want to do that. I think it's fairly simple. I mean, maybe they want to make a game on top of it. There's a lot of what the fucks, you know, but it should be here. I mean, it should be here. They got Zen on Mars, but no Zen. What do they hate Zen? Roz, do you hate Zen, Roz? Do you actually do you hate it and you're burning it out of hatred, not out of because you want to? I can start a whole bunch of FUD right now. That'd be funny. What up, Bud Green? It's hump day. Let's go. What happened to Garage Dump? Garage Dump is still going up. I'm waiting for it to move to Ethereum, but they're still working. They are on Binance now. They just released on Binance. So again, that Garage Dump is no one is talking about it. Yeah, I think it's because it's not on Ethereum yet. But if you were in the Asian community, they're talking about it a lot. Honestly, that's all they post about is Garage Dump. Shout out Zen artists, Zen_artists, my guy from China, and Garage Dump. But yeah, that's what I would say though. Garage Dump, you just don't hear about it a lot because on the western side of Zen world, we're working on Zen Blocks. So that's kind of what's happening there. Actually, that's a good segue into setting up this instance. So yeah, we're cooking in Zen Block world. Yesterday, Jack posted in the Telegram because he's setting up, or they shouldn't just say him. Others are setting up nodes across the U.S. right now, and what they're trying to do in this nodes, these are master nodes right now, so they're holding the database nonstop. Right now, you can be part of the blockchain experience. You can run what's called sync node, which is inside of your miner package. And when you run sync node, you essentially make a copy of the database of all of the blocks that have been minted. You make a copy of it on your computer and you host the blockchain, just like Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? You get to be a part of the engineering of the chain. So that's cool and all. And eventually you'll get rewarded for running sync node. You'll get a reward boost is what they're saying. So if you're minting Zen Blocks and running sync node, you'll be getting a bonus mining percentage on top of like your standard hash mining percentage, right? So the master node concept that I'm talking about right now is just setting up the network before you hand it off to thousands of computers, right? Before the handoff, you want to make sure that everything is syncing nicely, and then you just start handing it off and trying to get that infrastructure bigger and bigger and bigger, which will take years. You know, who knows how long it will take for Zen Blocks to become complete. I mean, decentralization, truthfully, is you only need a handful, but a handful is still centralized. I mean, Bitcoin, I think, has like 10,000 nodes, so that's kind of the ceiling right now. So you would want Zen Blocks to get to 10,000 nodes, all sharing, running sync node all the time, making sure that the whole blockchain is synced at all times. So right now they're doing this with a couple of master nodes, and we're seeing 60 millisecond syncing in between cities that are kind of far away. So this is pretty mind-blowing technology. I don't really know the background of what's giving us this fast of syncing. I have no clue, to be honest. I don't know if it's because of the code. I don't know if Jack Levin, because he's a fucking data whiz, right? Like, this guy worked with Google. He understands server architecture probably a lot better than all of us. So who knows what his vibe is that's making it fast. I know he's been doing a lot of research on Solana. So he's been tapping in with the Solana infrastructure and trying to fix what they've done wrong, because that shit is bad. But yeah, that was one of the biggest updates from yesterday, is that nodes are coming together, master nodes are coming online, we're getting really, really close to immutability, which will make it easier for us to have P2P transactions. So essentially, if you do want to still say you're early, mining Zen blocks would be something you do want to do today. You'd want to get hip to the game, because once everything is in order, that's when they'll be able to start delivering it to like mining facilities, people who already have all of the equipment to keep the network up. Because again, it's going to be a relationship between Bitcoin and Ethereum, so it's going to have that DeFi feeling where you'll be able to stake your coins, extend your value, get ROIs and APRs and things like that, and still be, you know, on the immutable chain. So it's gonna be really, really cool shit. And yeah, I want to show you how to do it quickly. So there's a few one-liners out there. Big ups on GPT. It helped me create my one-liner after helping me understand everything. And I do recommend using GPT to just start understanding things. Like, I don't be understanding anything, and then I just ask it to break it down for me so I can really comprehend each piece. And then what's cool though is that I built each idea, and then I finally was like, all right, now I need to just do this thing where it updates the config file all at one time so that it's just executable in one line. So the original document for the one for doing this is still below. I'm basically calling this the starter guide, because if you don't know what you're doing, you probably want to use this one. Do not use the other one, or the one I'm about to show, because this one explains which each line does, so that if you run into any compiling issues, you can see which line is missing, or which line needs to be reran. Now this next one that I have below, again, you'll see it as a one-line command. This one allows you to just copy this right here, this little blurb, drop it in to your VST GPU, and then it's going to configure everything, so you only have to do 2 steps, and then your miner is running. So basically this code, the only thing that you need to do when running it is update the address. So we'll go ahead and go through it and get one set up here. So we'll go to VAS. Let's go to search. And we'll get the vibes are changing. So they optimized the miner, so now you can get the but people are starting to catch on. So you can get these smaller ones, the cheaper ones now. They caught on hardcore. That's crazy. So they optimized the miner, so like now you can get even cheaper instances and be able to basically save money and get good hash. So let's see what we can get here. All right, we got something here for 19 cents. This is a 3080 Ti. We'll go ahead and rent this. So once you rent it, it's going to take you to your instance page. So you'll see here I have quite a few running right now. That's just because I kept setting them up so I can make sure that this one-liner really worked. And yeah, like I was saying, because they optimized the miner, this one used to only hash, I think, around 500, 700 hashes. But they optimized the miner a couple days ago. So now a 3070 is hashing at 1,430 hashes per second. What you can see here though is this thing been running for an hour though, and it hasn't created any blocks. So that's kind of crazy. I'm running a test right now in between these 2 blocks. One is this one here, which is going to be an A40, or excuse me, a 4090. And then this one is an A40. What I'm trying to understand is that we're getting better hash power, but I still believe that the deep learning GPUs will be better suited for the Argon hash because of, you know, just the design of the CPU or the GPU itself. So right now this one has been running for 3 hours and it's mined 8 blocks. and the A40 has been running for a little under 2 hours, or 2 hours, a little over 2 hours, and it's got 9 blocks. So I'm starting to really feel like the A90, or excuse me, the A40 is the best for this experience. Straight up, hashes are going down, but it's still counting blocks, bro. I haven't gotten any super blocks, so I don't really know. We'll see what fucking happens. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this console going. And this will be the tutorial. All right, how to do the one-liner to set up your vast AI or run pod GPU. So once you have it loaded, just go ahead and hit open. It's going to open up your Jupyter Lab. It's going to ask you, is this connection not private? Now you can do this another way where you use SHA or like your own terminal to run the commands. Tree City OS has a great an SSH video to show you how to set that up. What I'm doing is I'm just going to use the browser. This is probably the least secure you can do this, but for educational purposes, I'm doing it this way. But yeah, there are more secure ways to protect your pod if you don't want to use just the browser. So I do recommend doing some research so you can learn those things. But when you hit open, you're going to see this page. Once you see this page, what you're going to do is go over here to your right hand side and you're going to hit terminal. Now there's a lot of different ways to use Jupyter Lab. You can come up here to view and hit open Jupyter Lab, and it's going to open a different what they call a GUI, which is a graphic user interface. So it's going to open up another GUI that it looks more like an organized browser. So some people like to use it this way, but most times on VAST, when you open up your pod, you're going to see this setup. So again, if you want to get to this setup, just come up here and hit open Jupyter Lab. Again, you might get some that open and they have nothing on top, like this pod here that's been running for a couple days. Nice. But yeah, you might get some that don't have any browser tabs, and that means that it just doesn't have this part, right? So what do I do if I don't have any browser tabs? You come over here to new, you hit terminal, right? So your terminal is going to launch. So go ahead and hit the X here because we're going to have our terminal launch here. Also, like the URL up here, it's going to let you know terminal 1, so you know you're in the right spot. So once this opens up, all you have to do is go to the guide, the one-liner. You're going to need to copy this, right? But what I would recommend doing is maybe opening up another let's see here, because I got to get my Addy in here. Or actually, so yeah, what you're going to do, I got my ideas here. What you're going to do though, because I don't want to edit it, you got to change your address right here. So I'm going to just go to one of the shells that has the one-liner already. We're going to go to the top here. It should be on the very top. No? Damn. All right. So, damn. What we're going to do is set up the environment. So give me 1 second. Let me just set up the environment. Because I got to open something. I don't know what the fuck is going to open. I was like, damn. I wish I had this environment already open, bro. That's what some people mean, though, when they say set up environment. Truthfully, they're just talking about having tabs open, or they're talking about having just open things to make them be more fluent in their lecture or in their design or in their code. Set up the environment, you know what I'm saying? All right. I don't want y'all to see shit. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna copy this. Copy. Oops, I forgot the A there. We're just gonna copy this. Copy everything in between the quotations. Bring it over into your environment that you can edit. Drop it in. I'm gonna go here. I made another doc. This might hit it twice. Let's see. All right, cool. It stayed once. So then what we're gonna do is update this one-liner with our address. So let me go and get my address from one of these shells. here. You know where to get your address from. I'm just going to get mine from right there. Come back over to the dock. We're going to erase everything from the 0x address. Keep the /G. Keep the slash and the G. You just want to remove the 0x address and update that with your address. Okay. With this, the reason why this is the most crucial area is because this is what's going to change the config file from the original account to your account. Okay, so it's important to change this. If you don't do it and you come into the Telegram like, where are my coins? That's your problem, bro. So now what you do is you just copy this, right? Now that you've edited it, and maybe you can save this somewhere too. So now that you have the one-liner, and it's just gonna be 2 commands. So after we do this, come back over here. We're just gonna hit enter, or we're gonna copy paste enter. This thing's gonna start working as it should. We're gonna let it do its thing. So this could take like the same amount of time as it would take you normally, like 2-3 minutes for it to kind of render through everything. But now instead of it being let's say like a 10-minute pod process of entering each line one command after the other, now you can just grab all the commands in bulk with the config change, so you can make sure that the miner is going to use your address instead of the preset address, just, you know, the example address, you can say. And I mean, there's a lot more. If you want to learn each piece in this, because all I did was consolidate this into a smaller one for advanced people who do see themselves minting Zen blocks every single day, and they're constantly changing pods and building every day. So now you have the one line builder. You just drop it in. It's gonna build it all the way out, and then once it's done building, all you have to do is step 1 and 2 here, which is run the Python line, open another terminal, and then run Zen GPU miner, and you're all set and ready to go. So let's see if the process is on this. It's putting it together right now. It's like, damn. Damn, enthusiasts, you've been running 4 A5000s for 64 cents. Don't let them go. Don't let them go. Zen blocks. What's your hash rate on for 730s? Around 5K. That's pretty dope. What'd you say you got those for? 30 cents? 30 cents for 5K? Yeah, I'm paying a lot more for that. Because this A40 is like 43 or 3,000 hashes, and it's 43 cents. This one is 45 hashes, and it's 43 cents. But again, I'm starting again. This might just be me, but from all my research so far, it just keeps showing me that the A40 outperforms. It's right now it's outperforming by 1 block in 1 hour. That's pretty significant. That means you didn't have to wait 1 extra hour for a whole block, and you could save. Because what happens when everybody gets online and then cloud storage is extremely expensive and you have to buy a GPU in order to join because no one's letting them go. So that's another important reason to get set up. So, all right, cool. So everything's loaded. We can see here it says GPU miner. So what we'll do is I actually need to open up a new terminal so we can run another one. And what we'll do here is we'll type it in the next line, which is going to be, so once this is all finished, on the guide, you'll see on the bottom here, it's going to tell you the steps you need to take to continue the mining. It does take 2 terminals to mine. One terminal runs the GPU script so that the GPU can process the hashes. And then the other script is running basically another GUI or a graphics user interface to tell you what you're mining, how many blocks you've mined, what kind of blocks they are, how long you've been hashing for, and such. So we run that one first. That's going to be this one here, which is Python miner.py. And then we're going to do 2 dashes GPU equals true. Enter. We can see here this is updated with my my address. So I'm like, okay, cool. It did everything right in the one-liner. I see my address is there. So now if I go over here, all I need to do is change the directory to the right folder. So we're gonna cd Zen GPU capital MINER miner, and then / Zen GPU miner, enter. And I can see here that it's using my salt or my address as my salt, which means that every block that I mine, it will have my address attached to it at the same time that it's minted. So I have ownership of the work. That's pretty fucking dope. And now if I close this window and come back over here, I should see my timer has started. I have 1 active rig. And what are we at? What are we rocking right now? I think this is the 3080, and the 3080 seems to be getting 2000 hashes. That's not that bad. 3080, let's go. But just like that, in a matter of a couple seconds or a couple minutes, I would say maybe 5 minutes at max, for it to do that. I mean, I don't even know how long I've been talking. Probably not that long. Yeah, I'm a little bit over what I want to be. But yeah, just like that. Maybe 5 minutes. I don't know. I'm reaching. But yeah, you just drag and drop the one-liner. Remember to edit your address in the file or in the command before you drag and drop it over. Once you do that, there's literally 2 commands and bayow, you're minting away. Now, if you want to mint more than 1 GPU, if you scroll down on the command doc, you'll see I've also added that extra extension. And again, if you want to go deeper into this, you can continue to make this shit smaller. There's another command that in a week or so I'll roll out to everyone. And if you can see like my direction right now, I'm trying to teach everybody what they're doing versus trying to get you to the bag. Like, that's really cool. Like, yeah, let's get to the bag. But then if you're just standing out in the middle of the desert and, you know, you got a fast car, but you don't know how to work the engine, you know, you just got a fast car with a shitty engine. So definitely take the starter steps to understand what you're doing before you step into this and start to compress, you know, the amount of speed it takes for you to set up your miner. And then the next one, which I'll do in like a week or so, which will be the miner script, so that you can run the commands in one line and not have to do 2 terminals. So it's just gonna keep pushing it down and down and down until like finally we look like Tree City West and we just like got a badass setup with 3 clicks of a button. Oh yeah, Yosef has a really cool setup on his GitHub. Yo, recommended. Now he says his is effortless. I haven't tried it. His is a little bit more think of it this way: if you start running your own one line using my script, or not my script but my guide, use my guide and learn the one line, this becomes even easier, because then now you can understand like the single line run that they got going on over here. Now what's cool about Yosef is I'm showing you a single GPU right now. Yosef has 2 extra scripts to do automatically 4 GPUs or 8 GPUs. So that's pretty dope. So if you know for a fact you're going to go to Vast and you're going to get 8 GPUs, Yosef has literally one liner for 8. You just drop it in and then it runs for you to set it up. It's pretty crazy. His is really, a lot of people like his a lot. A lot of people like his single line command. So I do recommend his. Here, I'm gonna drop it in the chat. So if you feel advanced already, like you can do it, You should run into it. And this is what's special about these things right now, is that in this particular time, the miner is so flexible that everybody can invent their own miner and they can make it better, right? Or they can invent these pool repositories where, like, here, we'll look at this real quick. So now that I understand it, it's kind of cool. But yeah, people will start making these things where you see like all of the stuff that we're dropping in, they're installing it. So all the stuff you see, it looks very familiar, right? It's all the same stuff. It's just designed differently in its syntax so that it can develop a different principle. So you see here the config file, something you would need to change, because right now he's got it set up to go to his wallet. And that's cool too. Fuck it. Mine a couple blocks with the dev fee on. How about that? That's kind of how I'm thinking of it if you don't change the address. And that's pretty much what's going to be next. When I do my GitHub and start to continue the education of getting people online, of course my miner file is going to have my address in it. You better learn how to change the address, bro. But yeah, you see here, a little bit more complex code, but this is the next move that I'll be kind of showing you guys how to use this in the right fashion so that you don't get any error messages. Yeah, I was getting mad error messages until I really learned what I was doing, and now everything is super simple. So shout out to Yosef. And again, I would check that shit out. Now everybody has the update for the salt, because I know he does, because he's pulling, when you look at the code, so everybody updated the salt because Woody needed to update the salt inside of his pool. So like the GPU miner, the original CPU miner is created by Jack Levin. The GPU miner that most community members are using now was created by a community member named Woody, who forked the Python script into his repository and built a GPU module so that it can run the Python script of Argon, since it's supposed to be GPU resistant. So that format, or that code, is always going to be coming from this Shan AI coder. So the Shan AI coder, as long as anything is pulling from here, then it's good. And this is actually good this is a good moment too for security reasons, because everybody might start making their own script. They might start saying that to you, like, hey, like, you don't know what you're doing, like, I'll run a script for you, blah blah blah. Or like, maybe you know what you're doing, and then somebody's like, hey, mine's only super blocks. Like, maybe they say something stupid. You can look at, I mean, I would recommend not doing it. I would say go to the Telegram before running any script that you come across, right? The giveaway, though, that you could be in danger is when you see that this doesn't say the master repository. Right now, the master repository for this is Shan AI coder, or Shan Ha coder, right? So this is going to change, though. This is just for now, but I mean, because like, I'll make one too, so there's a safe, so you'll be able to be like, crypto bruh, GPU miner .git, and then you'll know, like, oh, this one is crypto bruh. And as long as I don't get I mean, that's what I'm saying, though. That's the coolest part about the whole decentralized thing. It's like anybody can make one. You can make one. If you're for real don't want to get compromised, make your own GitHub, fork that shit, and then just run it yourself and never have to call this one, right? But we're all calling this one because we're under the assumption Woody is a good actor, right? So that's kind of, I'm sorry, Crypto Cray, I just wanted to throw that out there. What up, Davian? Yeah, I'm about to link up with you, fool. I'm about to see what's goods. See what's goods. But yeah, y'all. I'm actually getting ready to sign out, and we're gonna go over and start some AMA talk. Just want to get that out. How to do the one-liner. You should be all set and ready to go. Description got the vibes. But yeah, we're gonna talk about some Zen. As you see, I did not talk about the Zen price, but Zen price is looking good. And tomorrow we'll get more in depth with the Zen price. But shout outs PulseChain, y'all doing it up, man. I had to give you guys a big ups today. Really cool launch. Looks great. But until tomorrow, peace.
Astronaut.